Kelly D, and today we're making a traditional Bajan recipe. Now here in Barbados, every weekend, some vendor somewhere can be found selling pudding and sauce. Now pudding and sauce is just pickled pork with steamed sweet potatoes. Many years ago, pig farmers, as they took their pigs to market, always used for the family what remained, what didn't sell at the market, and traditionally that would have been the trotters, the head, the snout, and those ends of the pork were used to make the sauce. Farmers also said rather than wasting anything, they used the blood and the intestines to make the pudding. Now today, I'm breaking tradition. We're going to be making steamed pudding the healthy way. Now let's go over the ingredients. We have 1.5 pounds of sweet potato, and this is grated finely. Now you can use a handheld grater if you have one, but I used a food processor because I wanted it to be really fine and it saves time. Now there are different varieties of sweet potatoes. You can use any type of sweet potato to make this delicious dish. We also have 2 ounces of butter. We have some Bajan seasoning. Now this comprises of 1 large onion, half of a sweet pepper, some chives, some marjoram, some basil, all types of seasoning, and we all chopped it together, mix it up. It really adds flavor to any dish. Add a pinch of salt and then 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper to bring the heat. This dish always tastes better when it has a little kick in it. And even though we're using sweet potatoes, we still add the sweetness a bit by adding about 4 tablespoons of sugar. And traditionally, the farmers of old and many Barbadians would use the pig's blood to get that dark color, but today we're going to use 1 tablespoon of coloring to get that rich dark color. Now mixing steamed pudding is really easy. All we do is mix all of the ingredients together. So we have our sweet potato, we're going to add our Bajan seasoning, we're going to add all of it because we really want to kick up the flavor. We're going to add the sugar just to make sure our sweet potato is indeed sweet. We're going to add our butter. This is to make sure it has a nice glisten. And we're going to add the cayenne and some salt. You know, salt flavors everything. And finally, to bring that color, that rich dark color that everyone knows steamed pudding, we're going to add the browning. So we're going to just combine all of these ingredients together, and then I'll show you the next step. All of our ingredients are now well combined and it smells amazing. Now there are 2 ways that we can cook our steamed pudding. We can put it in a dish and put it over a pot of boiling water, or we can bake it. Either way, it's going to take at least an hour. So you should go ahead and preheat your oven to 250 degrees at this time because we're going to bake it. Now we need to make sure that the mixture is not stiff. And if you think it's a little stiff, you can add some water because steamed pudding, as the name suggests, cooks a lot by steaming. So it needs to be loose. It needs to have an adequate amount of water because the sweet potato itself is very coarse, so we need to have an adequate amount of water so that the mixture is loose as we bake it. So we're going to add this now to our dish to prepare to bake. Okay, our steamed pudding is now ready to bake, but it still seems a little too stiff to me, so it needs to have water swimming all around. So I'm gonna just add some extra water. I just washed the container out that we had the sweet potatoes in and added some more water because the water must be swimming all around. Now it's ready to bake. Our steamed pudding is done and it looks good and it smells great. Normally you would just wait for a few moments for the steamed pudding to just set, to become firmer, but I can't wait, so I just took a small slice and I'm gonna taste it. It pairs well with a cucumber dish, pickled cucumber or just sliced cucumber, because the coolness of the cucumber will cool down the palate, because the cayenne from the steamed pudding or the Scotch bonnet really heats it up. So we're gonna take a quick bite. You can taste the kick from the cayenne pepper. I could really do with that cucumber right now, but it's so delicious. Now you need to try it.